Okay, I have a story. I think I found the first anime that I actually dislike.
You can dislike an
Does anyone
anime?
wanna know?
I mean, of course, I don't really like
Whoa.
things.
Yeah.
No, because like since you all started
God.
getting me into anime, it's like good reviews after good reviews. So do tell.
Yeah, because we literally only talk about like the
good
best of the best, like everything that's hyped. Yeah, everything that's hyped, For the first time ever, I actually tapped onto so basically we use this anime streaming service, right? And then this one was recommended to me for weeks. And I was like, god damn, screw this. I'm just gonna watch it, because the algorithm kept on recommending it to me.
Wait,
At the moment
can
I tapped on it. Yeah, you can guess.
Is it Noblesse?
Oh my god, you're right.
Noblesse?
What?
How do you pronounce it? Noblesse? Noblesse? But yeah, it was recommended to me too, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, Noblesse. I don't know why is it getting recommended. Like in the streaming service that I use, it had like a rating of like 6 out of 10. And like my personal score, I gave it a 5 out of 10. I just really
That's still pretty generous though for something you don't like.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know. I can't really say I like it. I just think it's not as strong as all of the other anime that I've watched. Like literally, the only thing that comes close to being like near the level of Noblesse that I've watched is about it. I think Assassination Classroom, and like even Assassination Classroom, I gave it an 8 out of 10. And Noblesse is a 5 out of 10. I literally never scored an anime lower than 8 before. And Noblesse got a 5. So that's like a statement of how much I really don't like it. I wouldn't say I mean like this weird predicament, Like if Noblesse came out with like a second season, I would watch it,
Oh.
But I don't really like it.
What's
I don't
the plot
know why.
like?
Okay, so Noblesse is about this it's okay. It's like this really complicated plot. Okay, like the first thing that you should know about Noblesse is like it's a webtoon turned anime. There's been a lot of these, like Tower of God. I keep on preaching about Tower of God. Yeah, Tower of God is also a web anime, but Tower of God is actually good. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. But Noblesse is like it's also a webtoon turned anime. But it's like it's I don't know, it's all over the place. So like the plot is like you have humans and then you have this species of nobles. They're kind of like vampires, but they're not really vampires. They're like their own type of monsters. They're just humans with like they're like human creatures with red eyes. So they're called nobles. Okay, and then these nobles, they have like abilities like they have the ability to like use different types of magic, I guess, to fight. And then like some of the nobles have like their own land called Lucadonia. And then like the way the hierarchy works is like you have the clan lead, not the clan leader, sorry. I mean you have the king of the nobles. Then you have the clan leaders, and then you have the rest of the nobles. So the clan leaders, each one of the clan leaders, they possess a spirit weapon. Okay, king is the king. So this race of nobles, they protected humans throughout time. Okay, but then there was one noble who betrayed all the rest of the nobles, and this noble was called he has his own name. He kind of somewhat betrayed all of the other nobles, and like it's like an act of treason against the nobles. So they kind of lock him up inside this coffin and then toss him out into the sea where no one would ever find him. But then I think some humans uncovered it, like released him, and he just wants to live a normal human life. And character is so bland. There's nothing about it. There's no distinct personality trait. But I don't know, how could you create, like, in any kind of writing, right? How do you create a character that doesn't have a personality? I just try and comprehend that, right? What kind of character doesn't have like, even Saitama had a personality, even though he had that dumb look on his face, like he just didn't care what the hell the enemy was doing to him. This guy has nothing. He has I don't know, it's hilarious. It's so dumb. It's actually, I don't understand. His character design is so stupid. And apparently he's like the noblesse. So the noblesse is like the noble who's like even more powerful than all of the other nobles. They call him the noblesse, and like he has the power to like control blood and stuff like that. And like he has like this assistant. And then the assistant is a human, but then he's been he got the ability to like superpowers and stuff like that, to use like superpowers, and like that shit is never explained, by the way, how the hell he got the superpowers. It's so dumb. And then there's like, okay, and then on the other side of the spectrum you have this government agency, okay, and they have these special mutated humans. Like one guy has like Wolverine, you know how Wolverine has claws coming out from his fist? So this dude, like his fingers, they can become blades, like something like that, these type of mutated human beings. So like you have these humans, and they're hunting the coffin, as well as the nobles. Even the nobles are hunting the coffin, because they want to execute the noble. The nobles want to execute Rizel, and the government wants to get hold of it because they say that it's a being of immense power, like that. Like, it's just so complicated and it's so stupid. There's so much shit going on, and it's a one-season anime. How do you cram so much shit into a one-season anime? I've never seen something exponentially complicated and you cram it all into a
doesn't even get
season.
resolved at the
It
end.
doesn't make any but that's the stupidest part. Okay, like like at the end, okay, let me just tell you a bit more, like in the middle part, right? So you remember how I said that this dude, he was he just wants to live a normal life. So he's actually at a school right now, at a high school. So he's like a high school student, and the president of the high school is actually his assistant,
Whoa.
So this dude, he just wants to live a normal life, okay? And then there's these two high school students that like befriend him, and like they just like go on like outside walks and stuff like that, and have fun and all of this stuff. But even though this guy is so stale, he has no character to him. He just blankly stares at everything. It's so dumb. He doesn't even say words. He just like only when you ask him shit, he just says stuff. He doesn't even nod his head most of the time. It's so dumb. And then like and then it comes to this point where the government agency that was looking for the noblesse, they kind of capture these two of his classmates, And by the way, there's one mutated human who like escaped from the facility, and he came to the school, and then the president of the school appointed him to become the guard of the school. Like, do you see how messed up this shit is? It's so complicated. Why? It doesn't have to be this. And the way they
First there's this search
it's
for a
so-
coffin, and then suddenly everything comes down to this one school.
And here's the thing, though: they never ever talk about them searching for the coffin. There is no narrator. I think this is the
Wait,
greatest
I thought you
flaw
said
in
that
the
was the
story.
point.
Yeah, I know, but you have to figure it out by yourselves, because the most dumbest thing about this story, this entire series, is that it doesn't have a narrator. Like, you're making such a complicated, well thought out world with all of these different factions and characters and shit, and then you're trying to deliver everything without a narrator. Literally everything is being told through the first person perspective of the characters. Do you understand how dumb that is? Because they'll be talking about it, but you as the viewer, you won't understand shit, because they already understand everything. They're not gonna like reiterate, like, you know how anime sometimes they like reiterate stuff that they're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just to like even in like Dragon Ball and stuff like that, right? They say the moves before they use it, like Kamehameha and stuff like that. But for them, it's like they don't inform the viewer. They're literally just talking shit right out of their ass. They don't give a shit. It's like they're having a normal conversation. You're just sitting there, like imagine two strangers in public talking to each other, right? And you don't know what the hell they're talking about. That's how it felt like watching Noblesse.
Oh.
There's
It's a good
there's
metaphor.
like two strangers. Yeah, it's like two strangers in public talking, and you're watching them talk, and you have no clue. So after all of this dumb chit chat out in 12 episodes, you need to make up from yourself the story because it doesn't have a narrator. It is incredibly dumb. It is so dumb. Like, I can understand the perspective that you're trying to take here. Like, you're trying to do something like through a first person perspective and stuff. But like, when you're creating such a complicated story with all of these different agents from the government and all of these nobles and all the factions and all the soul weapons, and how do you not have a narrator for all of this shit? How? It doesn't make any sense. It is ridiculously complicated, so convoluted, and I think not having a narrator is like the biggest flaw in this entire thing. It's so dumb. They shouldn't have done that. They honestly shouldn't have done that.
That's interesting.
And like these two human characters, like the first out of 12 episodes, right? The first like 4 or 5 episodes are all spent in like the school area, and then there's this, like, I think it's like the fifth or the sixth episode. They finally caught the school security guard, the people from the facility. So this security guard guy, he's like the escape person from that facility, right? So they try and get some information out of him because they thought that he was also looking for the coffin. And then like they drag those two students, Rizel's friends, into this entire mess. They kind of kidnap them, and uh like the security guard guy, right? He doesn't know his real name. He only knows his code name that's been given to him by the agency. And then his main objective is like he wants to find out the real, like, his real name and his comrade's real name, which just doesn't make any amount of sense. And then like there's like this entire like fight scene, I guess, where these two these two kids, they get involved, and then Rizel has to come and save them. Like, all of the action is actually really cool to look at. It's not the best, but it's like it's really good. It's really good. It's better than most other animes. Actually, it's really well animated. I can give them props for that. I think that's one of the main reasons why I would still watch it, just for the action. But like, after these two kids, they get captured, and Rizel comes in and destroys everything inside there, and then suddenly they come to like this group meeting, and then both the president and Rizel say that they have to erase these students' memories because they watched them do that shit. They watched everything unfold. Yeah.
That's wow. Interesting.
So imagine you have these 5 episodes of character development, right? And then on the 6th episode, you erase their memories, and then you never speak about this character again. Like, after the 6th episode, like, you're supposed to like feel sad for them and shit. Like, you're supposed to like look at these characters and think, oh my god, they don't remember anything. But after the 6th episode, there's that one scene where they're like, oh no, they don't remember everything, and then they're literally forgotten. it's like when they erase their memory, they literally erase their entire existence from the planet. It's so dumb. I don't understand why. And they never even talk about the coffin, you know. You have to piece that together. The only way that I managed to piece what was going on was that one of the nobles was talking, and then he said, like, they didn't even consider the possibility that something might have, that the thing inside the coffin might have come out. I was like, what the hell is the thing in the coffin? Then only I realized, wait, okay, maybe it's Rizal. That's like, okay, so what's the point? Rizal's already outside. Why are you still looking for the coffin? And they all know the location of the coffin. They all literally raided the place. And they never give you any exposition on where the thing in the coffin has come out, or whether, like, what the hell was in it, or whatever the hell that's going on, because there's no narrator. You don't get any exposition. It's so dumb.
I feel like even 1 to 2 minutes of exposition would have been really helpful to understand what's going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, it really sounds like you're just eavesdropping on a conversation you're not supposed to have heard.
It's kind of funny though.
I know, it's like it's so bad, like, to a fault, and it's actually funny. It's so bad it's good. Like, that's I never believed that not having a narrator, like, they were trying to do something and it just didn't work. Oh, good grief. But yeah, so that's my take on Nobles. What do you guys think, based on the stuff that
I'm probably not gonna watch it,
shared?
but it's I'm kind of confused. I'm probably not gonna watch it.
What do you think, Isha? Would you recommend this?
No, I would say I don't know. If you just like the action scenes, I guess you could go and watch it, but it's just not worth it. It's so dumb. Like, it's actually, I don't know. I like, if, like, since I'm already in, like, I've already watched it. Like, if I had to suffer so much, like, I think literally starving for like an entire day would have felt more enjoyable than watching the entire Noble series. It's so
With
dumb.
that perspective,
That's how it felt.
if a second season came out, would you watch that?
Yeah, because I'm already into it. Like, I've already kind of like broken my head over like what the hell the plot is actually about, and even now I'm still confused as heck because there's no narrator. They haven't confirmed anything. It's so dumb. So yeah, just but if the second season came out, I would watch it. It's just I wouldn't be hyped for it. It would just be like a meh thing, I guess. So based on what I've said, do you think you watch it?
I think I'd probably skip it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, if anyone would ask me, like, recommend an anime, like some of our viewers, after listening to our episodes about anime, they kind of ask us about like what anime do you recommend to watch, and I did actually recommend Nobles, but I put like brackets, and then I said it's not that good, even though I'm recommending it to them. And that's
At
the
least you're
only
honest.
like, when I'm yeah, like every other anime, I just say the title, but then only for Nobles, I'll just add the brackets there, and I'll say it's not that good, even though I'm recommending it, because I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. It's just the way it's been. I feel like if they had a narrator for the story or something like that, it would have been so interesting. But just
I think it has
having this dumb
potential.
conversation between strangers,
Has
yeah,
potential.
they just executed it so poorly. You know, I have this strange suspicion where maybe in the webtoon, like, you know how in any manga or comic, there's like this square text box of the narrator,
Yeah.
explaining what's going on. I feel like maybe they just omitted all of that, and then they only took all of the character dialogues and animated that. I feel like that's what happened here. Okay, moving on. I mean, Nobles is pretty bad, but I have one good anime that I want to talk about. There's actually two, but we'll see how much time we have. So I was going to talk about one of my favorites, Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
Oh, I haven't finished that.
Oh
But it is
no,
good.
it is so good.
I
Oh
watched
dear
that so
God,
long ago. I don't
where are
even
you at now?
remember it. I literally watched it so long ago when we were still in high school.
The second season just came out, and it finished, last year, October 25, and then on the same day, they kind of announced a new season. Season 3 is going to come out. I think it's this year. This year, OVA and season 3, and I love it. I love it so much. It's insanely good. Like I thought Mob Psycho, like I always praise Mob Psycho for how they handle comedy and how they portray comedy. But Kaguya-sama Love is War, like it genuinely made me laugh every single episode. It's insane. Like even Mob Psycho didn't do that. I would go as far as to say that Kaguya-sama has better comedy than Mob Psycho, but that's kind of a stretch because Mob Psycho's comedy is also insanely well done. Okay, Rishwan, I know you don't understand anything about this.
Correct. I'm waiting for an explanation.
Okay, so let me just explain. So Kaguya-sama Love is War is basically it's literally what it says in the title. There's this girl called Kaguya Shinoyami. What's her name? Shinoyima. Shinomiya. Sorry, yeah. Kaguya Shinomiya. Yeah, that's her
Okay.
name. And then there's this guy. This guy, his name is Miyuki Shirogane. Miyuki Shirogane. Okay, so Miyuki and Kaguya, right? So it's a school setting. Okay, it's a school setting, and Miyuki is like the president of the students' council, and Kaguya is the vice president of the students' council. And then the the entire series is about um, trying to both of them like each other, but they treat it as a war, you know. So the person who confesses their love loses.
Oh wow, that's an interesting dynamic.
That's yeah, that is a very interesting concept, and it's so well done. There's so much comedy to it, you know. Like they keep on setting up like these elaborate traps or trying to trap each other into forcing them to confess, you know. Like that's how the entire I'll just give you the entire anime is it's divided into skits, you know. Like one episode you'll have 2 to 3 different sections where each one of them is a different skit, a different part of the story, but it's all tied together, and it's so fun. It's such a fun thing to watch. It's so funny. Okay, I'll just give you one of them. So there's this one episode where um like they Shinomiya wants to like go out with Shirogane, and then they want to go moon watching, because Shirogane is a fan of astronomy and stuff like that, right? So the student council, there's 2 more other members. One is you, and another girl is Chika Fujiwara. So
The
these
pink
4
haired one,
members,
right?
right? The pink one. So these 4 members, they kind of go out for this. This is in season 2, lah. So there's been a lot of development before that, but they're still trying to trap each other and trying to get each other to confess their love for each other. So there's this one episode where they all go on this nightly trip on where they want to watch the moon, I guess. And then because it's a full moon, and then Fujiwara and you, they kind of go to a side side section, and they kind of set up this rice ball machine maker, and then they were cooking rice balls over there, and then both Kaguyama and Kaguya and Shirogane are sitting on a blanket watching the moon, right? And then Kaguya starts to devise a plan on how she would want to trap. Okay, yeah. So basically, what happened was basically Chika and Yu kind of like moved to the side. They were making like this rice ball thing, and then both Shirogane and Kaguya were like sitting and watching the moon. And then Kaguya made this entire scheme to try in her head to try and trap Shirogane. And then basically she would ask Shirogane for his jacket, and then she just wanted to see him squirm, like, oh my god, oh, I need to give you my jacket, oh, like that. So she just wanted to see his reaction and stuff like that. She just wanted to see him squirm. Then suddenly, when she was saying, Shirogane, I feel, and then she couldn't even finish the sentence, and Shirogane already threw his jacket onto her. So her plan just immediately failed. And then she came up with like another plan where she wanted to pretend to ask Shirogane about like the stars and the alignments, and then just try and fake show interest. And then she wanted to lean on Shirogane. That was her plan. And then when she asked Shirogane to explain about the stars, Shirogane literally grabbed her and then put her at his chest. And then after he said, "Look at my fingers." And then he just started talking. And then she just started shouting like, "Ah, what the hell's going on?" Yeah, it's ridiculously hilarious the way they kind of explore all of these different situations.
Sounds
It's a
like they're
must
both
watch.
just like 2 steps ahead of each other.
I know, it's ridiculous. It's like so well calculated. The way they think of these scenes and then the execution. They truly try and trap each other and try to make the other one confess to them. It's it's so well thought out. It's so comedically well done, and I really like it. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a 10 out of 10 anime. Like the only anime that I like more than that is ReZero, and ReZero is a 11 out of 10 for me. That's for another episode.
You do have an obsession with that.
Yeah, I do have an obsession with ReZero, but Kaguya-sama is actually really good. It's so good. Like if you haven't watched it, it's a rom-com. It's amazing. Like all of these different situations put together. It's like and the best part is the characters are like already developed. So you're just looking at it from like this fun perspective of their love side. And
I
yeah,
think it
there are
sounds like a
some
very easy anime to get into.
yeah, it's so hilarious. It's actually like if you would adapt this to like a real life drama, which apparently in Japan they actually tried and did it once, it would never work because of the way the animation works. They could make it so much more funnier just by animating it in a different way. Like there's this entire animation of how Kaguya like despises people that wants to like get close with Shirogane, and then one of the council members, Ishigami Yu, he thought he went to Shirogane and said like, I think Kaguya is gonna murder someone, and then they had this whole conversation because Yu was getting in the way of Kaguya, so she kind of acted like she wanted to murder Ishigami Yu, and then they had like this entire conversation of them just talking about all of these like lifelike possibilities of how she would actually murder someone. It's ridiculously funny the way they kind of play it all out. I 100% recommend anyone who's listening to this, if you haven't watched Kaguya-sama Love is War, like once you're done with whatever anime that you're watching right now, you have to watch it. It is ridiculously well done. Honestly, it's so good. Like I pity the people who haven't watched it. It's incredibly well done. It takes comedy to another level. So good. Rishon, based on what I said, you should watch it.
I think I would. It sounds like something that's easy to get into. How many seasons are there? Out of
There's only
curiosity.
2 seasons.
Oh, okay.
The third one is coming out this year because it's so well received. And also the soundtrack. Like the first opening isn't that nice, but the second opening song is incredibly well done. It's a Japanese pop song by a well-known Japanese singer. And it's very, very well done. I like it. It really suits the mood. Anam, what about you? You go and continue.
What about me? What? You got cut off
you
again?
continue watching?
I I should finish it. I really wanted
Yeah,
to.
yeah, it's so good, and the story isn't even complete, And I'm so glad that it is. I just want to see more of these kids, these situations where they kind of constantly try and trap each other and make each other confess. It's so well done, it's so funny, and I love it so much. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Well, that about sums it up for this week's episode. We went from a 5 out of 10 anime discussion to a 10 out of 10 anime discussion. So thank you all so much for listening. Do go and watch Kaguya-sama Live as well. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Talk 2 podcast. Goodbye.
Bye.